Hi guys, it is Amber from Jamber's Dollars and Cents. We are going to be doing some stuffing of our variable expenses and also our sinking funds. So I went to the bank to get ready for what we're needing. The reason why I'm doing this is because we have to go grocery shopping. Ugh, I hate that. Like it, I love planning, I love everything, but when it gets down to like the last little bit of the week and you are like hunting and pecking for food, I shouldn't say hunting and pecking, but you're like just eating leftovers, it's time to definitely get to the grocery store. So we are about to do that today. But what am I starting off with before we go ahead and stuff? So 50s, 51, 52, 53, 54, 50. So $450. Oh my goodness, 450. 450. We can do this. Or can we? I don't know. Man, I went to the bank. It was so annoying. I went to the bank and I had specific stuff that I was looking for, and of course they didn't have it. And I'm like, "What are you're a bank. You're supposed to have money." Like I could not get any 20s. It was a struggle to get 20s. So I tried the best I could to um, go back and get 20s out of other places and break down some of my 50s, but that was really hard. Okay, 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60. So 160 in 20s. One five. Thank goodness I don't have anybody writing on my bills this time. All right. And then how many ones? So this is mostly for our savings challenges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $11 in ones. So we are starting off this week with cash of $626 to stuff our variable expenses and also our sinking funds. So let me explain to you why we do this variable expenses, like what we're doing. So when I first started getting into budgeting, I just went back. I wrote down everything that was coming out of our checking account and I went back to look where the biggest opportunities were. And let me tell you where the biggest opportunities were was how much we were spending on food. And we were just swiping. We would stop at the grocery store multiple times a week. We would be going out to eat multiple times a week. And when I was adding up what we were actually spending on food, it was embarrassing, completely embarrassing. And I needed to get that under control. And I just did not see a way to get that under control with my husband having access to his debit card. He was in bad habits. I was in bad habits. So I decided to stuff cash, so take it out of the bank, which is really hard. It is so hard to take it out of the bank. It's an extra step in financial control because I used to not have to go to the bank whatsoever. My money would just sit in my checking account and then we would access it from there, either by paying bills online or using your debit card. But now I have to go into the bank every week, pull out cash so that we can do what we're doing. And it has been a game changer. So I'm giving myself a food budget. So this food budget includes everything from household stuff to the food that we spend at the grocery store to any time that we want to go out to eat. So what I'm putting in here is it. If you need food, it comes from this binder. if you're not pulling it from this binder, or if there's no money left over in this binder, you don't get the food, because we have to be under control. So you can see I had $300 left over last week. We have $2 left over. And that's because we went out to eat a couple times this week, which is fine. Like, it is completely fine. I'm not going to live like I'm going to be cooking every day, but we have to be on a budget. Like, we have to get this under control, because how else am I going to be paying off my debts? And it's just been a great exercise. We're going to have to slowly eventually get to the point where we're able to leave this in the account and just budget that way. But until we are used to living to that lifestyle, I'm giving us a year. And this is how we're going to do it. So for this week, we're getting another 300. So 51, 52, 53. And that is not a problem. I am okay with that extra step, because it is helping us pay down our debts to be financially free. So every week we do the same thing with gas. It's just been swiping, and every time that we have been swiping the debit card to get gas, there seemed to be sodas, chips. There was just everything that you could think of being added on, because we were swiping that card. And nowadays, if you don't have the cash, you are not buying it. I can't believe I said sodas. So you know what? This is $100. I am from Michigan, where we call it pop. And then I moved to New York for a little while, and they made fun of me so bad. So $150 is going back in there. They made fun of me so bad for calling it pop whenever I went to the store, a restaurant. They would just give me such a hard time about it, that I have taught myself to say soda. And then I moved back to Michigan, and now I'm living in Ohio. There's $20 for my spending. And nobody's really giving me a hard time for saying soda, but people will ask, hey, where are you from? Which I think it was a better way to handle it than the way they did in New York, where they just really gave me a hard time. Like, pop, what's that? Actually, I should have said that in New York accent. I don't know if I can. I'm not a very good impersonation person or an accent person. But anyway, so I trained myself to say soda, and now I cannot train myself to say pop, because the pressure around here is there's no pressure to change it. So I just say soda. But what is it called in your area? Is it soda? Is it sody? Is it pop? Is that, I think some areas even call it like Pepsi or Coke, I think. So what do they call soda or soda pop in your area? All right, there's my spending. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 62, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So I did take out some here, because I did some hardcore shopping on Etsy for some savings challenges that I am doing in July, because I want to do a theme of Christmas in July, and I'm super excited for that. Anyways, that is our variable expenses. So I'm taking my husband's $20 for his spending out. We will put that aside. That is our variable expenses. Okay, now let's get to it. Our sinking funds. All right, so our emergency is getting 20. And we have $150 in there. I'm sorry, we only have a $50. So now we have $70 in emergencies. I gotta stop calling it emergencies. This was a sticker that I had, or I think I already had this stickered, and I just utilized it or recycled for it. But this is more of a miscellaneous, right? So this is like we tap into this if we don't have enough money in someplace else, or we have to pay for, like, we just paid for a person to come out and get a woodchuck, like a rescue and relocate out of our backyard. So far he's on his third woodchuck. I did not know this, but I guess, like, if you have a woodchuck den in your backyard and if it's abandoned, if you don't handle it correctly, which we haven't been, right? We haven't been. We're not professionals. We know nothing about woodchucks. Then other woodchucks will come in and make that den their home. What the heck? Like, why do humans not do that? Oh, wait, look, there's nobody living in that house. I might as well move in. Oh, wait, actually, some people do that, don't they? It's kind of weird. All right, this is for my nails. We are not stuffing that. We are fully funded. I probably will start stuffing this next week. Then our vet. So our sweet little girl, our brand new Elsa. So $20 is going in here. Is going to the vet tomorrow. We will be tapping into this. So 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, oh my gosh, 50, 270, 290, 310, 315, 316, 317, 318. $318. I am so glad that I have been stuffing this sinking fund. It has been such a blessing. You can't really see it. I know it's shining, but it's been such a blessing how many times that we've dipped into this. So, okay, car repair. This one has been also kind of a blessing that we're saving in here. Oh, I cannot get that open. So much so that it seems like it's always empty. It always feels like it's empty. Anyways, $20 is going in here. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140. 140 in car repair. Which is barely enough to do anything because cars are so expensive. So Christmas is next. Oh, so excited about this. So every year, our family gives to a charity for Christmas. So instead of buying like the adult presents, like for Jay's mom and his dad and all his siblings, we instead pick a charity every year, and the money that we are supposed to be spending on that gift, we give to the charity. So my husband and I try to save up through the year to make sure that we can at least contribute a nice chunk of change, and then the rest usually is spent on my son. And it's really pathetic because Jay and myself, we kind of forget about ourselves. So I work really, really, really hard to save up money, and then none of this money usually goes towards presents for each other. Like, I don't give Jay an allowance or here's what you can spend on me. I don't take anything from here and say, this is how much I'm spending on Jay. We just kind of figure it out, which I think is probably really bad. And I think him and I need to have a conversation of how do we incorporate ourselves into this, because I'm stuffing more this year than I have in the past, which is great. But what do we have in Christmas? 51, 52, 53, 54, 50. We have $500. $500 already in Christmas. We are a little bit halfway through the year, so we are going to have a fantastic Christmas. That is for sure. We try not to overdo Christmas. Okay, I'm sorry, no. I overdo Christmas, as in my house will look like a freaking Hallmark movie. Like, everything is perfect. I have lights everywhere. I have decorations everywhere. It's crazy. But like when it comes to presents and giving each other presents, we try not to go crazy. Of course, I go crazy for my son. Even though he is 25 years old, he still gets some pretty nice presents from his mom and dad, but that's okay. All right, so this should be Halloween, which is getting another 20. We should have $500 here. Hopefully, as long as nobody's dipped into this. That means we are fully funded, guys. Fully funded, fully funded. Yay. That means we can buy candy. Got a Costco membership. We buy the candy, full-size candy bars for the kids. We usually get those multiple packs, like the ones that people try to sell for fundraisers. We'll usually get those, and we'll buy $500 worth. We try to get like 500 actual candy bars. But I'm wondering, because, well, the last 2 years we haven't quite gone through 500. We've been really close. First year we ran out. The second year it was snowing. So we didn't quite use the 500, but we came close. And then last year, my village changed things on me. So we used to have, it was called Halloween Hoopla, which was kind of this big kids thing where they could come to where I'm from and they could walk the tiny village to different businesses in the area. And those different businesses would be offering free stuff like donuts. And the library was having like story time, and they were giving out bags of candy. And like they had like those blow up jumpy things, and kids were walking around in their costumes. It was so adorable and so heartfelt. But it always happened the Saturday before Halloween, which meant that almost everybody in this area was coming here, which is great for our businesses in the village. But then right after that, they would have Halloween, trick or treat, which I loved, completely loved. I'm like, yes, I will give out as many candy bars as I have kids here. 1,000 kids coming, them giving out 1,000 candy bars, because it is about the kids and creating memories, right? So, and then they just changed it because so many people were complaining about how many kids living outside of the village came and trick-or-treated. So they had some kind of council meeting, they changed it. I am livid, guys. I'm so livid because last year we had 500 candy bars, and we did not get 500 kids. Like, that just, it broke my heart. And believe me, I am making up t-shirts. I'm telling you, I'm going to start making up t-shirts that says to move trick or treat back to Halloween Hoopla, and start wearing them to the public council meetings, because this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, if you buy candy, buy what you can afford. And when you get to the point where you have no more candy, turn off your light. Or come over to my house. Come hang out here. You can help me hand out the candy bars. Like, seriously. It's all about the kids, and we do such a big deal with putting stuff in our yard, and we're dressing up, and like I mean I dress up. Like, let me insert a picture right here so you guys can see. Pretty crazy, right? All right, let's get back. How much do we have? Should be $500. I'm sorry. I am like, I am on my soapbox and I am talking because it is 3 o'clock in the morning. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 50, 70, 90, 500. $500. I am so prepared. I secretly think, and do not tell my husband, all right? This is between you and me. I'm going to take this $500, and I think that we had like 350 kids last year. So I think we are upping it to king size candy bars. That's what I think we are going to be doing, because if they have come over to my house, I am giving them what they deserve, because it's all about the kids, guys. It really is. All right. So vacation, you are getting that $50 because we are going on vacation very soon. We're going to Gettysburg. I have a couple more road trips that we are doing before we go to Gettysburg, so I will need to pull some money from here, but we're planning on stuffing this as much as possible. In fact, I'm not gonna lie, whatever's probably in that miscellaneous by the time we get to Gettysburg is coming on the road with me. You hear me? We are spending it. We are going to love it. There's that $50. Where are we at? So the hotel's already paid for. We have our place to stay. This is just food and fun. That's what this is. 100, 200, 300, 50, 400, 500, 600, 700, 20, 30, 730. So I have a little ways to go, but that is okay. It's okay. I don't know. How much do you guys plan for vacations when you go on vacation? I'm always shooting for about $1,000 when I go on vacation, and just having it for, fun stuff to do and to go out to eat and for souvenirs and stuff. But this year I'm actually feeling like I want to buy some clothes before I go. I rarely buy myself clothes. It's crazy how much I don't buy myself clothes. Okay, what is left here is for our savings challenges. So just looking back over here, you can't see it, it's right over there. Says that I should have $36 left here for savings challenges. So let's see, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Bam. My math be mathin' today. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we will take this. We are going to put this in our savings challenges, which we will be playing later on this week. Let's get this out of the way. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. If you always wonder why you see me cleaning up, that's just my kind of personality. So I'm one of those really annoying people that when I'm cooking, I'm doing the dishes as I'm cooking, I just clean up as I go, and I just have that bad habit. And it's okay. It is who I am. But thank you so much for joining me. We stuffed those envelopes. I am feeling good where we're at. Halloween candy is fully funded. Depends. Maybe I need to go to Costco and see how much those king size candy bars are at. I might be spending a little bit more if we have 350 candy bars that we have to get. But that's okay, because we still have time. Thank you for joining me. Comment, subscribe, la 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 la, that stuff. All right. Thank you. Bye.